God bless. This is Father Paul Baba, 2023. I'd like to record a miracle of Father Seraphim Rose that had taken place in 2001. I left San Francisco as ordained priest already 2 years, transferred to Cedar Rapids, Iowa, in the Antioch Archdiocese. I was blessed to begin a Midwest camp for all Orthodox Christian youth from 9 to 18 years old. Camp was happening at some campground, and I never met any of these kids before because they were coming especially from all over, from Chicago, Detroit, Omaha, Nebraska. And so I didn't know what to expect, what I'm dealing with, but I was the keynote speaker as well, along with the camp director. So sure enough, I had my first evening, and all the kids, all 75 of them, grouped into the hall, and I would give an opening session. One young man, very radical, was cursing at me in front of everyone. I couldn't believe my ears. And he had a chain from his ear to his mouth, punk rock, purple hair, the whole 9 yards, and he was very difficult, and he was scaring the other children. I was concerned because he was threatening physically. He was a big husky guy, and I knew that I had a problem with him, and I told him to be quiet in front of 75 kids. I said, I'll talk to you right after. You just sit still and be quiet. He refused to, so I closed the session down, and I took him aside. I said, why are you here? Long story short, he says, I didn't want to be here, but I'm here for a reason. I said, well, you're not going to cause trouble, are you? Yes, well, I might. I said, well, not while I'm here. So I'll deal with you later. And I gave him a tone. I was up all night long, fearing that he was going to hurt other children. He told me he was going to wander around 3 a.m. And he hated our food, everything else. Just trouble all around. Finally, I said, Father Seraphim Rose, I know you're with me. Dealing with these hard youth, come from difficult family households. This one's in real trouble. I need you to help me figure him out. So when I woke up in the morning, thank God, I was very tired, but everything was good. The young man just sat there, troubled in the corner, quiet as can be during breakfast. No morning prayers, then breakfast. And afterwards I said, I need to talk to you now, before the next session. I'm not going to hear trouble out of your mouth. It's not going to happen. And don't get physical with me, because he was getting a little pushy. And he says, I won't, I promise I won't. I said, well, what's such a turnaround with you? I said, come to my office. He came to my office at camp. I said, how come you're so humble? What's going on? You're so cooperative. This isn't like you. He says, this old man with a real long gray beard, long hair. He said he knows you. He had a cross just like you. He was some priest or something. He said to listen to Father Paul and do whatever he tells you. And he was very stern with me. And I don't want to. Okay, I want to be good. I want to be good. I said, I noticed your chain's missing from your mouth. And he said, take that off. And he told me to stop doing drugs. So I said, well, listen. I ran out this morning, and I got something for you. And you're going to be obedient then after this priest told you in a dream, and I'm telling you now. I knew his Father Seraphim, the description. This boy was very unorthodox, but baptized Orthodox. Didn't know a thing about Orthodoxy. And I said, you're going to eat these 2 burgers I got for you and these French fries, and you're going to drink this Coca-Cola. And you better do it. He goes, okay. He was just really happy, overwhelmed with love. After Father Seraphim told him, listen to me, whatever I tell him to do, he was going to do. And sure enough, he changed overnight. He was a suicidal, turns out to be. His parents didn't want to tell me or anyone, but they did tell the priest, and the priest didn't want to tell me, thinking I would give this kid a fair chance and would want to have him removed immediately. But he stayed the whole week and was very kind and loving and was my dear friend, and he protected me and he supported me, and he was coming to Orthodoxy. We went home, the parents cried, the priest called me up immediately, we're surprised he's not dead. We heard that he was going out to commit suicide and picked a nice spot out there in this camp. I said, how can you do that, first of all? and devastate these children. Well, we weren't that sure, but we knew this is the only chance he had. And we know your background a little bit, that you're good with kids. But turns out Father Seraphim was. Anyway, that's the miracle. He describes him as a long, very, very long bearded, gray-haired priest, had a cross on and a robe, black robe, and was very close to me and knew me very well, and told him to get off drugs. And I knew Father Seraphim was famous for telling some of my friends that I used to bring up to get off drugs, especially pot. And sometimes I almost get a little jealous, like, well, what does it take to walk up the hill to the mountain with Father Seraphim? I guess you got to take drugs to do that, because he only took those that were addicted to snorting coke or marijuana smoking. And he would tell immediately, are you doing weed? They said, yeah. He says, stop it. So there's the miracle. A little one, but coming from a very unknown individual. And after asking Father Seraphim to intercede for me and to come to my rescue, there you have it. Amen.